It's not only that the USAID is a huge scandal, which in itself, we're talking about all these conspiracies coming out to the light, including the all the Wuhan stuff, but it's also inside the United States, the amount of all this crazy spending that DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency that is led by Elon Musk, is discovering. And the issue is that you can imagine that many people are upset about this because they don't want their money going away, their government grants and fundings going away. But just in USAID, security chiefs attempted to block Elon Musk DOGE from accessing classified information. We already said that on the previous section. But we also have this. What kind of spending we are talking about? The spending that we are talking about is $50 million for condoms in Gaza, that we know that Hamas was using to make bombs, flying bombs with condoms. I'm not gonna lie, that's quite creative, but 50 million, man, what the F? 181 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. Almost 200 million. I'm telling you, we're talking about 9 figures in here, 9 figures. 1.7 billion with a B in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations such as the World Health Organization and diversity scholarships to Burma. 1 billion or more DEI projects. 600 million per year by the Pentagon on sushi. What? How do you spend 600 million per year on sushi? How many? Is everybody like filling their pie holes with sushi 3 times a day at the Pentagon? What? 1,000, more than 1,000 per coffee cup by the Air Force. And you would say, what? Coffee cups? $1,000 per coffee cups. But the problem is that these are special coffee cups. Simply irresponsible. In USA Today, Air Force spent more than $300,000 on coffee cups. It kept breaking. An Air Force official admitted the branch's multiple purchases of coffee cups that break easily and cost $1,280 each. Is simply irresponsible, vowing to pursue ways to fix the mugs instead of continually buying new ones. These are special mugs that keep your coffee hot inside the planes. And since, well, it seems that the design is so special and it has to have a very strict process of manufacturing, $1,000 an effing coffee cup. $1,000. Are those bulletproof? Do they have magical powers? I mean, that would be nice. I would pay $1,000 for a magical coffee cup that fills with coffee every time I drink the coffee, and it refills instantly, like magically, like Harry Potter stuff. And before it refills, I tell, okay, I want a cappuccino right now, and it fills. Okay. Oh, no. Add a touch of espresso. Bing, and it does. $1,000 I would pay, maybe $2,000 for unlimited coffee for the rest of my life with my magical cup. But this is horrible. In honor of Elon and Vivek, this was a while ago, picked as the heads of Department of Government Efficiency. You know that Vivek has already said that he was going to focus on his other ventures. Here are some of the dumbest uses of your tax dollars. $20,000 to drag shows on Ecuador. $30,000 to study the secret language of butchers in Paris, because it seems that butchers in Paris have a secret language. If there's a movie about that, I would watch it. I will watch it 100%, but it's sounds something like written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. $750,000 for the New York Metropolitan Opera fire alarm. They go almost $750,000 for a fire alarm. That must be a nice fire alarm. $300,000 to develop AI smart toilets. Not going to elaborate on that. Maybe you can go to Japan and study their actual smart toilets, but that's it. Why would you need AI for a toilet? Don't answer the question, please. Do not answer the question in the comments. First time, I'm going to forbid you to give any thoughts on that. This is a dictatorship in that regard. Do not give any ideas. And more than 600,000 to study the impact that COVID had on Russian women. What? What? How is that possible? So, the big issue is that who is doing that job? It's just 6 kids. These are literally kids. And they have been doxed. I mean, the left and the mainstream media, which is mostly liberal and libtards, they were so upset with all this that they made sure to dox the 6 guys who were behind this operation. And you know that Elon Musk had already said that they had ordered 6 sofa beds, so they were going to go full on autism fuel to, develop a system to make sense of all this spending, because you cannot review that. You would last months with humans reviewing all this, but you can get the best of the best, the top 0.0001% of humans to use AI to sort through all that stuff. And well, you have them here. I was reading the story of Luke Ferritor. This guy won an award for being able to decipher some ancient manuscript from Pompeii. It was amazing. I suggest that you look for that Luke Ferritor Pompeii manuscripts. He was obsessed, and he developed an AI that could decipher those manuscripts. And with 2 other people, he won and almost won $1 million. The prize was $1 million if you could develop a way to decipher this. So yeah, these kids are the cream of the cream of the cream of the cream of the crop. And they were mostly anonymous until this journalist, Victoria Elliott, is the journalist responsible for doxing the young men involved with DOGE. Of course, because there's all this pressure. We need to know their names. The good thing is that Donald Trump already ordered full protection for them and security clearance for them, because, well, they're essentially contractors and they have access to everything and they are protected in every single way. This is important. Peyton Alexander. My favorite part about DOGE is how one of the guys will be some kind of insane prodigy who decoded the Herculaneum papyri at the age of 20, and the hit piece author's bio trying to take him down is like, associate staff writer for general topics, hobbies include having a cat. Yeah, it's pure envy. It's like, you don't hate these journalists enough. I mean, there must be journalists with principles out there, but these are the worst of the worst. And doxing them has consequences like this. Premier, here's a handful of the many Reddit. I've told you I'm on X. I suggested that you might follow my X account if you want. If you don't want to open an X account, that's okay. But in regards to Reddit, man, I suggest that you don't go there. You don't open Reddit ever, because that is a cesspool. And that is the problem, that so many AIs that have been trained on Reddit, that's why that AIs behave the way they do. Here's a handful of the many Reddit posts calling for violence and harassment against the boys from DOGE who wear dogs. This is the point of activist journalist doxing pieces, to target people for harassment. Hope they remain safe and successful. And this is 100%. I am very, very wary of internet justice and the harm it can do if these are legit and verified. LOL. LOL. Get am. Yeah, actual threats. Shaving their heads is the least that should happen. Give them something they can't take off. Just go Aldo Rain on them all. If you watch Inglourious Bastards, you know what that user was suggesting. If they feel they can walk into your government buildings with impunity, just remember they all have addresses of their own. Yeah, this is the kind of derangement that is on Reddit. They've got to get a lucky a bunch. We the people only have to get lucky once. Let's go. Again, I hope that they remain safe and they keep on doing their stuff that is going to expose things like this. Breaking Bishop Marianne Boots. You remember the bishopess that went oh my trans kids, oh my illegal migrants, oh my all that stuff, my diversity, equity, and equality, and whatever it means, on Donald Trump and his family on that church service. You remember that? You remember her? Well, Bishopess Marianne Buddha's Episcopal Migration Ministries collected $53 million from government programs in 2023 for, and I kid you not, immigrant resettlement. $53 million. Her church channeled $53 million for immigrant resettlement. My question is, how much of those $53 million went to line her pockets? Now we know why she gave Trump the multicultural Marxist lecture. She warned him because money was on the line. The immigrant resettlement programs are much larger and more profitable than even Gavin Newsom's homeless resettlement programs. Has this program been deleted from federal government spend yet? I hope so. I certainly hope so. It's the only thing that we can expect, and that that they move swiftly on just closing the sink. It's closing the sink, right? The sink, the faucet, closing the faucet. There's an expression for that, right? You know what I mean. Just close it. Just stop that. NPR and PBS called to testify. DOGE Subcommittee Chair Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling on the chief executive officers of NPR and PBS to testify at a hearing concerning the systemically biased news coverage produced on behalf, and this is important, of federally funded radio and TV stations. It's that like the BBC in the UK. And people are paying money for a broadcasting channel, for media that is biased, that pushes misinformation, that pushes hoaxes, that lies, that openly lies to people. NPR and PBS have repeatedly undermined public trust by ignoring stories that were damaging to the Biden administration, dismissing genuine calls for balanced reporting, and pushing partisan coverage. As stewards of tax dollars, NPR and PBS must provide objective and accurate coverage that serves all Americans. I think that damaging to the Biden administration, I think that is a typo, because I don't think that they push... ignoring stories that were damaging to the Biden administration, that they just look anywhere. You still look anywhere, and they must be held accountable. In regards to DEI and DOGE and DEI, more than 100. This is spot on, Gianna Norman's spot on. Paying for our own brainwashing. Just comment of the day. They're paying for our own brainwashing. This is like kind of comments that I like. Spot on. More than 100 DEI contracts totaling over $1 billion with a B have been collected thanks to DOGE. DEI contracts from all this, Department of Agriculture, Commerce, Defense, Education, Energy, blah, 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 grand total of $1 billion. Goodbye, DEI. Goodbye. And that is the tip of the iceberg. And of course, bit in the group of bureaucrats complaining, there's Representative Ilhan Omar has a meltdown over how she is no longer able to burn American taxpayer dollars, says Trump is a dictator for wanting to save Americans' money. Wow, we get to decide where money is allocated. We talk about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and well, there she is complaining.
It is really, really a sad day in America.
Yeah, but sis, I'm going to torture you a bit.
We are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you...
Who has gutted the Constitution? I don't know.
You install yourself as the sole power. That is how dictators are made. What Trump and Elon and all of their cronies are trying to do is take away the constitutional power of Congress.
How exactly is that done? How do you take the constitutional power of Congress away? Again, I'm not a specialist, but I think that you can't do that. You're just reviewing the crazy spending of the government, trying to make the government smaller. That's it.
We get to decide. We have the power of the purse.
Has anybody seen Ilhan Omar and AOC in the same room, like at the same time? Because it's like I always thought that this is just like AOC in a costume. The AOC in a costume.
We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power to make sure that that money gets to where it needs to get.
Yeah, because it is not getting where the actual interests of American citizens is going.
When we talk about civil servants being let go, what we are talking about is not saving money. It's essentially saying they can get paid while they're home and their work doesn't get done on behalf of the American people.
What are you talking about? What? Oh my God, no, this is... We can do this. How long is this clip? Oh my God, it's like 1 minute.
It is us, taxpayers, who are being ripped off. It is us, taxpayers, who are not getting the resources that we paid into. So I ask the American people, do you want people at home and getting a paycheck and not providing services to you?
I'm sure that they want they don't want the $50 million for Hamas building bombs. I'm pretty sure that they don't want that.
The answer is no. Do you want the executive making the only decisions in this country, or do you want the elected representatives that you sent to Washington making those policies?
You still are making those policies. That hasn't changed. You are gaslighting with a topic with off-topic remarks.
I am exceptionally upset about U.S. aid. I lived in a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving.
Fuck's sake! I knew.
It is the essential programs that
No. This is fucking Meghan Markle story. No, don't fuck with me, man. Go ahead. Go get away from my show. Get away from my show. No. It's just, there was like 1 minute left of video. I expel you. Expel you. I will exorcise my show from you AOC with a turban. Fuck's sake. No, not again. Sorry about that, but this is like, I knew I was running a refugee camp. Fuck you. Oh, fuck's sake. No. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Let me regain composure. I'm a gentleman. That's something that... Well, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Let's get civilized again. And remember to download my 100 free body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my awesome emails as well.